And I think it's funny because you talk about the amount of preparation and homework and stuff that you do before every broadcast, and then there's Barkley who like
Yeah, but people forget, like, with the amount of gambling he does, you can't gamble at the rate he does or at a fraction of the rate he does without watching, right? So it may come off as if he doesn't watch a lot, but he does. He does.
yeah. What makes you feel better when Barkley compliments your work or when he compliments your hair?
Well, my mother loves it more when he compliments my hair because my mother gets a kick out of it all the time. So Barkley's got a thing. It's either he's going to make fun of my hair or he's going to call me half man, half makeup and make fun of me for wearing too much makeup. But let me just tell you, from a guy who gets his eyebrows waxed once, if not more than once a week, he's got no right to make fun of the way, my makeup is applied.
Have you you mentioned like that you've gotten to hang out with them. Do you get to have a drink with Charles Barkley on occasion?
I would say I've had 1 or 2,000 drinks with Charles.
What is getting a drink with Charles Barkley like? Does he get a couple of drinks and start ranting about Skip Bayless?
No, but he'll go off on whatever topic somebody starts going on. He's the mayor. He loves to hold court. I've never met a celebrity of his stature that embraces being famous more than him. And he got it from, and I had the pleasure during the NBA Finals. I got invited to go to a dinner with Charles and his mentor, Michael Wilbon. And they both were at opposite heads of the table, and I was kind of in the middle, and I felt like I was watching a tennis match going back and forth between the jabs that they would take each other or that Charles would take at me. Charles explained where he got it from, which was Wilbon of saying, listen, life could be a lot worse than people recognizing who you are, and that this could be the biggest moment of their day, if not of their year, maybe of their life, the fact that they got to meet you. So be nice, sign an autograph, take a picture, whatever it is. And he is what celebrity should be. Not to mention, like, and you almost feel bad. Like, listen, I know Charles has made a lot of money. I know he is making a lot of money and he will continue to bring in a big income. I'm not trying to get it in his wallet, but you almost feel bad with how at the rate of which he's buying drinks or food or the meal for people around him. I can't tell you the amount of times I walked into a bar with him or he just happened to be there and he's picking up the tab for everyone. It's why he is salt of the earth, genuine, as authentic as it gets, and embraces the role of which he has. He takes ownership of it. He doesn't run from it.
I feel like we've been talking about this for years already, but do you believe Barkley when he says he plans on retiring in a few seasons?
I mean, at some point, right? Like maybe he dies on the set. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's under contract for a while, but he
right.
keeps reiterating that he has no plans on seeing that 10-year deal through.
Right.
Can you imagine TNT's NBA coverage without Charles Barkley?
Well, first, I would like to call out a challenge to either you or to Awful Announcing, because I think that's where this challenge best lies. Somebody needs to go fact check how many times over the last 20 plus years that he has been at Turner on Inside the NBA that he has said he's not making it to the end of a contract, right? How many times has he said that? Now, he's obviously getting older. We all are.
Yeah.
And I do know from a real human standpoint, from somebody who just had a kid for the first time in my life a few months ago, he just had his daughter just had her second child. So being a grandparent hit him a lot different than I think he ever expected. And I think it's a really cool moment in time to see him and knowing how much he wants to be around and available. But also, he works 1 day a week, right? Like he could be there. Will the day come? Yes. And will Turner or whatever we'll have to get past it. But He's the greatest there ever was. There will be nobody like him ever because he's just such a rare breed of the fact that he was, he is one of the greatest basketball players who played on the greatest basketball team ever assembled. And oh, by the way, statistically speaking, he was probably the best player on that team.
Yep.
Not to mention the personality and charisma that he has makes him, I don't know that we'll ever see anybody exactly like him. And I hope nobody tries to replicate him because that's what made him great was his originality.
Was there genuine concern inside the building last year that Barkley might leave for Live Golf? No. And what about Ernie
Not for me.
Johnson?
I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah, of course.